it appears that it's still a woman's world, and you are very lucky to be living in it. Hello, I am the music judge and jury, aka Queen Millennial. And today, you know what we're here to talk about, right? Of course you do. Have you been living under a rock somewhere or something? Then go back under there, okay? Because maybe you're not ready for this conversation just yet. Anyway, we're talking about Katy Perry, but not really just Katy Perry. We're here to talk about the very women that have been picked who are on the more financial class, affluent side of the money scale that have gone into space in the very discourse of the working poor, such as myself, complaining about the versus the problems that we have going on down here, and the fact that we'll never be able to go to space on the kind of incomes that we make. Okay, so first, before we get into any of that, a word as usual. You look good. No, I really mean it. You look good today. No, I know what you're thinking. You're probably saying, you're foolish. You can't even see me. Oh, yes. I can see you. And I can see you very clearly. You think looking good is all about polishing it up and painting it on and putting on the nines and whatever. You think that's all? Do you think that's the epitome of looking good? No. That's a facade, okay, that we put on for each other, usually outside of our own homes. I'm talking about the fact that you are here right now, you're operational, you are looking good, even if the eye crust in your eye is still sitting there, the hair to the side, lopsided, you just got up, you're in your sleep, your what do you call it, your nighttime sleeping gear. Okay, your pajamas. Okay, Peyton, pajamas. You go in the mirror, you look at yourself, you're like, what the is going on? But you know it's just morning time, honey. Can't nobody see you, but I can see you. You still look good. So be kind to yourself today, okay? We all need to be, once again, a little more kind to ourselves. Now, let's get back into what we're here to talk about. Welcome back. Sorry about that. Welcome back. It's That Girl or It's Not That Girl. I'm Workalina, the workhorse. This is a show where we talk about popular music and popular artists from today, yesterday, and of course, beyond. Now, of course, today we're here to talk about Miss Katy Perry and really the rest of the ladies who have been privileged. Big emphasis on the word privilege because everything is about capitalism and money and access to it or lack thereof. And going to this space for like 10 minutes or so, okay? Because they got the money. That's what it all comes down to. Do you have the money? Unfortunately. So, first of all, I like to say that I love me some Katy Perry. Yes. Stop it right now. Stop talking about the Dr. Luke debacle, the fact that you think she's a flop, especially if you're in Generation Z, whatever. I don't care, okay, about any of that. I don't, okay? We've been through it. We had our discourse about it, okay? We're moving on. Katy Perry will always be my girl. And here's the most unpopular opinion. I gotta say it. Hold on. I might get canceled for this. Hold on. I still like 143. And even the deluxe version. Why? Because even though it's not innovative, even though it's not like redirectional, you say this and that. There's a record from back in the day here, back in the day there. That's irrelevant because most of you people who are talking this, the music that's going on today, they're borrowing from the 90s, they're borrowing from the 2000s, Y2K, all this. Hush up. The thing is, even though it wasn't the most especially somebody who is of the EDM music genre, myself, wasn't the most like experimental, innovative, deep diving kind of album, but it still was good and it was fun. And I got my entire life to play. I still replay it, period. But we're not here to talk about the album and your discourse for it, because people are split. We're here to talk about the fact that Miss Perry herself and her girls, okay, Miss Gail, I see you, got to go to space. And why was this even a huge story in the first place? Because they knew that it was going to piss people off. Here's Miss Perry, people are talking about her, Gail and the girls in the morning show, and people were going to have something to say. So you know what? I want you to go ahead and grab some popcorn, some chips, I don't know, Alizé, Chardonnay, something to get comfortable. Okay, because this is It's That Girl or It's Not That Girl. Take it away.
One life, they wanna be around, no matter how you are getting down. There's really nothing that you can do. Push past all the doubts and believe in you. Push past all the doubts and believe in you. Cause when it's all over said and done, there's only one, yeah, there's only one. Take it by the horns and be on the run. Take it by the horns and be on the run. Even when you get down, yes, they wanna be around and they wanna see you frown. One life, they wanna be.
Hello, welcome back to It's That Girl or It's Not That Girl. Now, I'm Peyton 3.0, the artist, the musician, the entertainer, not the content creator, not the YouTuber, and not the influencer. As I say in all my lovely videos, those are great platforms and tools to build that brand, build that business, that reputation up, but most importantly, the community. And hopefully you, yes, you will be a part of this community today by clicking that like button and share people that you know that like artist commentary, reaction, reviews. And once again, to truly become a part of this growing community daily, you have to comment, subscribe, notification bell to know when more videos are dropping, which is at least one a day. Okay, as we're trying to push this channel along the stream. Now, we're here to talk about, of course, Miss Katy Perry and the girls going to space for an average of about 10 minutes. Okay, average of 10 minutes. You can sit there and call Miss Katy Perry all the names in the book, the auntie that don't know where she's at or out of touch or whatever. Listen, Miss me and Katy Perry. Okay, Miss, we're from the same generation, honey, okay? So you can call me hello. Yes, that's me. Queen Millennial, I prefer that. But this is the girl where you just gotta have a laugh or two. Okay? This is a girl where I just love her. And I still love the music. Listen, I know we're supposed to be moving past this album talk, but 1-4, it's the album channel, it's the music channel. 143, to me, once again, for those of you who thought she was supposed to be serious about what she was writing about, have a seat. 143 was not about, it was not about any of that. Okay? It's just her just letting her hair down, having fun with some music, and that was it. You know, this wasn't a wig snatching album as in all the ways, but this was one where I would replay and repeat and get my life to what this was all supposed to be about. You get what I'm saying? Like, this is an artist talking about another artist, not just a basic listener. You get what I'm saying? No disrespect. Okay? And my evaluation of it was, this is enjoyable. I know what you were doing, and I can replay this again. Okay? Contrary to popular belief, there are plenty of artists that are still working with Dr. Luke that y'all don't know about. If you did know about that they were with Dr. Luke because they keep it on the hush hush, you would try to cancel them too. Okay, but unfortunately, it just seemed to get out that Katy Perry didn't care that you knew, and she's working with them. Okay, this music industry, y'all gotta understand, it's not what y'all think. It completely is. Okay, so Katy Perry's not the only one that was working with this man. This man has many clients under his belt still to this day, and he is eating good. Oh yes, he's eating good. And if he has to stay undercover, he'll do just that. Anyway, let's get right on into it. So I've been sitting back and watching the YouTube reports and things roll in. And I said to myself, what are my 2 cents on this whole thing? How does it affect me as an individual versus the discourse of what everybody else is talking about, right? And I said to myself, I don't care. I don't care. I care on the fact that my girl Katy Perry is able to have the experience to do that. You know what I'm saying? Even though she doesn't have Jeff Bezos money, she don't have no Mark Zuckerberg money, right? But she's able to actually do this. You know, it's life changing. You know, never once did I truly put myself in the situation of it being about me at all. Why? Because I'm just somebody with a lot more growth under my life belt at this point in life. I'm somebody who is not affected by what we're all affected by on such a deep, sensitive level, because it's like taking so many chinks in the armor and getting back up and growing the tough skin and all this stuff that has made me who I am today. You get what I'm saying? For those of you who are way younger, you haven't really had the time and experience to grow in that way. And a lot of people won't, but somebody like me has. And so somebody that's a little more hardened, not as easily offended by a lot of the chutzpah of what's going on out there. Chutzpah. I look at this as just like, yeah, you know, people with money doing what people with money do. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got the yacht, they can go to the space, whatever, you know, whatnot. They're gonna spend it on that. But people, of course, because of the generation, well, I would say the climate that we're in, the times that we're in, and everybody has a keyboard and a mic and can say whatever, you know, or chiming in and they're saying things like, oh my goodness, I can barely pay my student loans, and I'm sending the money going to space when they could be giving it to us or charity, blah, 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 blah. The same old arguments over and over again. But one of the things that you really truly have to understand is that capitalism doesn't work the way that you think and it should work. It doesn't. Oh no. Capitalism does not work the way that you romanticize that it should work. Because if it did, would we have all these problems in the first place? Would there be a rich and a poor in the first place? No, it would not. Okay. It's so from everybody like a Katy Perry to a Gail, the science lady back there, and so forth. We're all playing the game of a system that we have collectively decided that we are not going to dismantle. We're not going to all stand up and say together that we want a new system that really works for all of us. Nobody has done that at all. And so things continue to roll along as they always have been rolling along for decades in the current system that we find ourselves in. You get what I'm saying? Where we're being taken advantage of in so many psychological ways. So when you bring up the argument of, I can barely keep a roof over my head and my kids, whatever, the job doesn't pay enough or whatever, and now we have these women going into space or whatever, and Katy Perry, blah, blah, blah. It's unfair. That kind of argument doesn't really add anything to the conversation that would actually need to be had, right? Doesn't add anything at all. It's just more complaints, more TikTok complaints, you know, about how broke we are and blah, 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 and more complaints, more blah, blah, blah. But the question is, when it comes to the capitalist system, instead of looking at these ladies, okay, and pointing the finger at them, instead of looking at the situation for what it is, we need to look at what the system is. We need to realize how powerful we are, okay, together, and figure out how we can all come together to dismantle and make a new system, if it's really that deep, right? Because they have worked, those powers that be, to keep us very individualistic and yada yada yada. That's why I call this country the divided states of America for a reason, because that's exactly what it is. We're divided on so many things. I can go down a list, but what would be the point of that? Okay, we'd be here all day. We don't got all day. We got things to do. So the point is that you're mad at the wrong thing. Okay? But these people knew exactly, again, what they were doing, because the media is good at getting you guys, the GP, the general public, to react. They want that negative reaction. That's what they were looking for. They wanted that visceral. They wanted that smoke, because this is what keeps the money churning for them. This is what keeps the attention going. Okay, if spark it again, right? Somebody's making money out there off of your anguish. Somebody's making money off your anger. Somebody's making money off your disgust. And yet you're sitting in the same situation, probably no actual friends. Either you're in your mama's house, not working, or you're working, barely getting by with roommates. You got these kids, whatever. And this is the only thing that you know how to do. But you know how to come up with a solution. Right? This is not to ruffle any feathers, because I'm the working poor too. This is not to put anybody down, but the question is, see, I don't sit around complaining about the situation that I have. I understand what's going on out here. I understand the system that I'm in, that we're all in. And I have to figure out daily how I'm going to get myself where I need to go. Because that's the only thing that I can do for my own sanity and to continue to reward myself with little things throughout the process or else I might as well do the alternative, deletion. Well, since I decided not to do that, this is what I'm doing, trying to find solutions for myself, because I understand that nobody is coming to save me, right? I understand that nobody's coming to save me, deliver me from my situation. It really is up to me. But things would be so much better for all of us if we dropped the individualist mindset and we truly were able to come together to make it better for all of us. Okay, and quicker. But you won't do that. So you sit here being distracted by stories like this that make you angry again, over and over and over. And what do you get out of it? Less money, more headache, upset feelings, your life sucks, yada, 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 the same thing over and over again until you die. Until you delete. Well, not that you deleting, but life just being over, okay, in the situation until the end. Is that what we're gonna let happen? Because as long as the powers that be keep winning at the game, because they got our minds where they want them, and they know that we're more powerful together, and that there's more of us than there is of them. Right? They know that. So that's why they gotta keep us individual. That's why they gotta keep us separate. That's why they gotta keep us in these echo chambers. They gotta keep us in these cliques. Right? And at each other's necks about the most menial things at the end of the day. So it's not about, once again, these ladies going to space, spending all this money to be there for like 10 minutes or so, getting their lives. It's about the very system that allowed these ladies and so many other things to get to where it is now as a collective. In these divided states of America, in these divided kingdom of Britain. Oh yes. In other societies that are mirroring the individualistic behavior of the Western world. Okay? We can be very powerful together, but we won't, unfortunately. I don't have any hope for humanity. I don't. And that is the honest truth about how I feel. And it's the honest truth about this situation, that you guys are fools, okay? And second, I don't care about it. I'm just going to sit here, go, hey, it's cool. My girl Katy Perry got to go to space for 10 minutes, whatever, but not. Well, not. That's it. I'm not going to let this story upset me. Oh my God. You know how much you could do with that money? We're down here hurting. Wah! No. I need to focus on what I'm trying to accomplish in my life on a daily basis. A story like this is not going to make me spiral down because I thought how much money I don't have. Blah, 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 blah. No. So, really all this to say, it's time to get your life together. Okay? Time to get your life together. In some sort of way to stop letting these things upset you. Because this is not the only story. These stories they're going to keep coming. They want to keep coming. And you're going to react the same way. And we're going to be on this loop. right? We don't have time for this. Anyway, this has been Peyton 3.0, the artist, the musician, the entertainer, not the content creator, not the YouTuber, and not the influencer. AKA Workalina, the workhorse, AKA Queen Millennium, AKA the Technology Queen, AKA the Audacity Queen. All right, so if you love what you heard and seen today, okay, and even if you didn't, hit that like button or dislike. Either way, post these videos out, okay? Make sure that you go ahead and if you really truly want to be part of this community, share with people that you know that like artists, commentary, reaction, reviews, and subscribe, comment, and of course the notification bell. All right, now as a bonus, you have been here this long, so for those of you who are all returning viewers, you know what's coming, right? But for those of you who don't, I said I was a musician. I said that I was an artist, entertainer. So I'm going to give you guys the sampler platter. I'm going to rap a cappella one of my songs. I'm going to play the song that I play all the time at the end of each episode that I know that the general public will lean more towards. And then of course, I'm going to do a song, a cover, a cappella, singing. So let's get into it. Here we go. Going up in audition room. Heartbeat fast, so it's my turn soon. Judges speaking, I'll say no. Back to the drawing board we go. I was singing every night and day. Firebird are driving me insane. Termination rides on my success. It is the way I will never rest. And now the song.
I know you're out there looking for a stress reliever.
You're looking for a stress reliever out there.
Drugs, the alcohol,
Here we go.
But let me tell you what you need to do. Here we go. Blood pressure, you worked all day like the messenger. Work so hard that the bills are high. All you do is cry me a freaking try. Punch that clock every freaking day. Still on your money, you got to pay. Fuck that shit, man, you need relief. But you got is free for the fucking cheap. Some take care of the freaking kids. Munching your plate for your freaking lid. Stress too much, always in a rush. You need and brushing, you're feeling flush. What is it that you're gonna do? Gonna have some relief in you. Time to get out with the music plays every freaking day. All I gotta say is jump, turn that music loud. I wanna see no hands in the crowd. You gotta get it turned up, get it turned up, get it turned up, get it turned up. Lose your mind to the beat. Shake it up, keep moving your feet. You gotta get it turned up, get it turned up, get it turned up, get it turned up. Get the stress.
And that is all I will be giving you, okay? Want to hear that song in its entirety? Then comment in the comment section. You ready? Let me hear that song. And I most certainly will, absolutely for free. This is my rendition of an old classic. Hope you like it. You can reach me by railway. You can reach me by trailway. You can reach me on an airplane. You can reach me with your mind. You can reach me by caravan. Cross the desert like an airman. I don't care how you get here. Get here if you can. You can reach me by sailboat. Climb a tree, swing a rope to rope. Take a sled, slide down the slope into these arms of mine. You can jump on a speedy coat, cross the border in a blaze. Oh, oh, I don't care how you get here. Get here if you can. Thank you.
That's one life. They wanna be around, no matter how you are getting down. There's really nothing that you can do. Push past all the doubts and believe in you. Push past all the doubts and believe in you. Cause when it's all over, said and done, there's only one, yeah, there's only one. Take it by the horns and be on the run. Take it by the horns and be on the run. Even when you get down, yes, they wanna be around and they wanna see you frown. One life, they wanna be